is with us now. Sebastian Siemiatkowski has been building the business since he was 23 years old. You've heard what Stella Creasy said. Are you going to say that you should refer yourselves to the Ombudsman? Are you going to say any of those things that she said you would?
Well, I am a little bit sad that Stella has never actually wanted to engage in a conversation with us since, I have huge respect for her. She was one of the instrumental individuals to bring down a true payday lender in the UK, which was Wonga many years back. And I think that was a good thing. That was a lender just like other payday lenders that were charging even thousands of % of interest rate. But I find it very confusing to hear her today and recently talk and comparing us to a payday lender when a payday lender charges 292% and recommending people to that over the type of credit that we offer. I think it's just mind-boggling to me. I just don't understand what's going on. I think it is, if you look at it, people want to portray that this is some kind of vulnerable group that is using buy now, pay later. Today, as you mentioned initially as well, every second Brit has used buy now, pay later by now, right? So it's every second Brit. That means that in basically everyone has used it, and that means that the average user is the average Brit, right? So what's different about our users is that they're tired of credit cards. They're tired of the bad practices of credit cards, that the practices that big banks have been applying, trying to get them into revolving, trying to have them to pay less, showing credit limits, all the dirty tricks that have been applied, and the 60% APR that credit cards charge. These are products that are very, very bad for consumers. The average outstanding balance of a credit card in the UK is £1,100. £1,100 can be compared to £80 with Klarna. So our consumers are simply tired of those products and they want a better form of credit.
We could unpick a few of those figures. For the start off, 1,100 versus 75 for your company. That may very well be because of the fact that the people who are signing up to these buy now, pay later contracts are actually, they don't have as much money as perhaps as people do if they have credit cards. Also, we come back to that Stella Creasy point. The reason she calls you loan sharks is because you can only appeal to you, to nobody else, because you're not signed up to the Ombudsman. So people can't go to the Ombudsman and say, I've been dealt with very badly by this particular company.
Right. But first of all, we're very much in favor of regulation, and we're more than happy to sign up. And part of that would be the financial ombudsman that we were positive to in the suggested legislation. But again, the statement that you just did is simply not accurate, since every second Brit doesn't have that kind of economy that you described. It's the average British person who is using Klarna, because half of all British people today have used it. So these are simply not accurate descriptions. It's a different group of people. These are people who simply do not want to use a credit card. It's the same as talking about oh, you can use buy now, pay later for this, and you can use it that. Tell me, what is the limitation of my credit card? Where can I not use my credit card to buy groceries?
But maybe they don't even have a credit card. Maybe the point is that they don't have a credit card because they can't get a credit card.
That's not true, actually. A lot of our users can get credit cards, but choose not to, because they found it that if they use a credit card, they use it for all of their purchases. What they prefer having is debit cards, and then occasionally use credit only for occasional purchases, which is a much healthier thing. I remember when I was a kid working at Burger King, at that point of time, when you use your card, you had to push 1 or 2 on the PIN pad in order to choose between debit and credit. Banks stopped doing that. Why? Because consumers racked up less debt and revolved less on their credit cards. So they removed that, and now everything you use on a credit card, everything you buy is racked up on your monthly statement. That's a bad solution. We should go back to push 1 for debit and 2 for credit. 40% of Klarna's purchases are debit-based. That's a healthier way of using these products. And there's a lack in the UK of low-cost credit alternatives. They are available for rich people. They can get an Amex Platinum card, pay 0% interest for 30 days, but they're not available for everyone. And the important is to offer it to everyone.
Thank you. We'll leave it there. Klarna CEO and co-founder Sebastian Siemiatkowski. Thank you very much.